Hello again. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me? Please let me know in, please let me know in the chat if you can hear me. You should, hopefully. I mean, at least it looks like. Sorry for the inconvenience, as always. Now it's working. Excellent. Yeah. I don't know why I tried switching off the camera on and so on. However, the camera got the input. So I changed the USB port and then it worked, thankfully. So sorry for that. Yeah, ta-da, finally. Thank you. As you have seen, you will be redirected. So once I close the other stream, you were redirected to the premiere of the next video, which will be started at 12. That means we have 50 minutes. Then I stop the stream, and then it redirects you to the new video. So that being said, let's talk about the topic of the video. I need your help. And what kind of help? So usually if this kind of topic comes up, somebody wants money. I don't want money. I mean, you can become a Patreon if you want to, but that's not what this video is about. It is about the cherry blossom. So currently in Nagano City, the cherry blossom is still looking pretty nice. So it's not full bloom anymore, but still pretty good. And I would love to make a video. A couple of people asked for that also. However, I have no idea what I should talk about. So I would love to hear your input. So I took some footage. So if you remember, I made the video about this ancient Japanese tomb, Kofun, which has 40 cherry trees on top. And I took some footage there. Then there's also an old battleground here in Kawanakajima. Famous battle was there. And there are also a lot of cherry trees. So I took some footage there. Also went to Tokyo recently where I took some. So I have some footage fresh from this year. However, what I don't want to do is have just a sequence of cherry trees and blossoms and so on and music, and that's it. So I actually want to contribute some value beyond that, because there are a lot of people that do it better than me when it's just like nice sequences. So if you have any idea, any suggestion, I would love to hear that. And then maybe if it's good and doable, kind of in a short period of time, then I will just go outside after this video, after this live stream, and make a new video. So let me know if you have any ideas. How about the gift of cherry blossoms to the USA from the Japanese government many years ago? Oh, I didn't know that existed. There you go. Excellent input. Thank you. If anybody has more ideas, please keep it coming. Keep it coming. Also, by the way, do you see here? I ordered a Japanese journey merch sample thing. It also has, you can see that. Wait a second. It also has the logo on the back, but in colors, so that it's not in white, but in the red and blue, so that it's not so super in your face. And I just did that to try. I want to see how the quality is and so on. Not that I would sell it actually, or I would probably put more effort into it when selling. But the quality is really bad. So it's super thin. It's not well done. The sewing is not aligned, and I would not want anybody to purchase that and then be disappointed. Washington DC is filled with cherry trees. Oh, from Japan, originally maybe. Interesting. Yeah, here it's everything is filled with cherry trees. Typical topic, but you can explain something about how people have picnics and drink. Perhaps there is actually an interesting history about it. Yeah, but I did that already in the last 4 years ago video. I'm kind of like where it's coming from, like started like 1,000 years ago, and then it's like very metaphor for life itself kind of thing. Like started like it's very, it's coming, then it's blossoming, and then it's going away like nothing, and that's it. And then something new happens. So, and then there's of course many haiku and so on. describing the cherry blossom and the effect it has on the people and so on. One idea I had was like to make it not so much about the general, but more about like what's special for me or so. Maybe it would be too personal. Maybe the biological reason why the trees don't actually produce cherries. Interesting. Yes, I'm wondering why. I don't know. And yeah, good point. If they would, probably they wouldn't be as popular here, because then everything would be littered with cherries. Another, maybe like because they're going now, how that feels, and so on. But I think one reason why they are so popular is that they're really always the exact like kind of border between cold and warm. So you already know cherry blossoms exactly when they start, it's still cold. When they've done, it's spring. So I guess that's why everybody loves cherry blossoms, and they are pretty. How about foods that use sakura mochi and whatnot? Oh, yes, good point. Why not include some of the famous haiku in the video? What foods use the blossoms in them in Japan? Oh, yeah. Yes, there's a lot. A lot. Like Starbucks has sakura something. I like that actually. Or last year I did. And then, yeah, it's not like matcha. So matcha is everywhere, but it's there. Good idea. So then the culmination of all this would be having sakura mochi with sakura Starbucks and so on while doing hanami, so picnic under the sakura trees, right? The oldest sakura trees in Yamanashi Prefecture, apparently. I see. That's not super close, but also not so far. Oldest cherry tree in Japan, yeah. Maybe in the world even, who knows? These here on the Skofun, that's in Nagano City, I don't know how old they are. I think it's written somewhere like 50 years ago, so they're not super spectacularly old, but some look old. I heard cherry blossom festivals cancelled as Japan leaves the lockdown. How do the coronavirus affect the festival? Oh yeah, that's also a good point. So here in Nagano City, certainly some do it, but it's not as much, I think. And here, this Kofun, I went like 3-4 times there. And actually quite some people, usually nobody's ever there, but now a lot of people like just take pictures and so on. Some may sit there and eat, but it's not the most comfortable place to do that actually. So I saw it only once this year. And generally, yeah, interesting. Especially Tokyo, of course, like all the parks say don't come, and they close if there are any benches or so close to cherry trees, then they like, this tape thing. They close it off. Don't sit here. Don't drink alcohol and so on without your masks on and all that. So yeah, especially in the bigger metropolitan areas, certainly cancelled. Here in Nagano City, not so much. So we have been to a park. I forgot what it's called. It's like close to a stadium. There's a stadium in the center, and then I think it's baseball, and then around that is a park. We have been there on the weekend, and there have been us and others. And this was like, so it's not like a lot of trees everywhere, but like a couple, and then like under every tree there is one family. So it's like 20 meters of social distance or so. Okay, so keep the input coming if you have more ideas. Really appreciate it. Also today, it's 11:20 a.m. now in Japan. That means today I took the day off. Actually, I wanted to play with my kids because the kindergarten starts again on Friday. So yeah, but something happened and now I don't. Now I'm here with you, which is also good. And yeah, let me know how you're doing. So 10 people now, so it's apparently not the most popular time. Usually we maybe around 20 or so. Yeah. Have you watched the YouTuber Ark Gary? He's in Nagano. Very unusual. Okay. Let me see. Ark Gary. No, I haven't. I think the only other YouTuber from Nagano, Japan's Most Wanted. Ooh, 6,000 videos. Okay. You can hear. Maybe I've seen him before. Not sure. But yeah, the only one I actually know as a meeting from Nagano is Tokini Andy, who's a great guy and has a very valuable channel for people starting out learning Japanese. He changed his channel title to Lockdown Santa or something like that. He's been in Japan for 30 plus years. I see. Okay. Do you know, is he in Nagano City or somewhere else? It doesn't say. But anyway, I will find out. And with Tokini Andy, he has done really well for his niche and for what he does. So when he started getting in contact with me, it was early last year, I think. And back then it was just kind of right where he started finding his niche, which is like teaching the Genki books first and then teaching Japanese grammar in general. So now he did both the Genki books, which is kind of beginner level, and now he's on an intermediate level starting, I think, this month or so, or next month. And he's done well. So he grew like almost 10,000 subscribers in a year, which is not bad at all for Japan niche. And he also has a significant Patreon following. So really good job and very persistent. So he puts in a lot of work. He deals in scrap recycled products. Oh, I see. The subject of Sakura is not necessarily so wide. Yes. So what I'm looking for is something either where I can do the same but outstandingly better, or where I can provide something completely new. So a completely new angle or something. Because going there and showing it is like, yeah, good again. I guess everybody and their mom does that every year. And also the last one I did, was not particularly great. I think both the video was not outstandingly well done and it was also not performing so well. A ghost story related to the Sakura. That might do well. Not particularly what I do, like, you mean like telling a story or something? Or horror, maybe. So usually I don't do that, but I can see how that does well, like Sakura something, or Japanese Sakura heist, something like that. Maybe you can do something about preparing for Sakura party. I mean, you would basically be packing for picnic, I guess. Legend or myth, if there's one. Probably there must be something. Yeah, preparing for picnic would be interesting. That being said, usually I do that. That means it's not the most Japanese style, I think. Or at least on the weekend I did it. It's just like whatever we have, we prepare it and then we take it and go. Or at least because I don't want to spend money. The other option would, of course, be to just go to the convenience store and pack everything there. But then A, it doesn't taste as well, and B, it's super pricey. I would think the falling of the flowers must have generated some type of ghost story. Oh, yes, maybe. Let me actually quickly search Sakura Ghost. Ghost Punisher Sakura is on Amazon. 2.3 stars. That's maybe. Okay, let's go ghost story maybe. Sakura Sogoro. Sogoro. But that's just his name. Sakura. Okay, yeah, I will say I will after this live stream I will take a look and see if there's anything. So, by the way, again, for the people that are new, just joined, after this live stream, it will redirect you to the next video, which will then start at 11. And then we can watch it together and comment in the chat and so on. So it's a premiere. Do you all believe in ghosts? I really would love to see one. Mosquito Man, yes. Yeah. I don't know. So, I mean, the ghost is the Japanese counterpart to zombies, I guess, because people are burned here, so there's not much left to walk around. So, my Yoshino cherry in my backyard just dropped the last of its flowers here in southern USA. Oh, well, then I guess now it's getting hot. You're killing us here. I think you're just going to have to tackle the subject in a different way. Maybe not a ghost story, but you can perhaps tell a story about Sakura in the video. Yes, I mean, I could also do like I show Sakura, I'm in under Sakura, and I just talk about a person called Sakura, and not actually the cherry blossoms, like a dad joke video thing. I see. So this guy, the Sakura Sogoro, was a farmer who appealed directly to the shogun, and because they had too much of a tax burden. However, this was not legal. I guess it's not okay to, because farmers are below samurai. So if they bypass them, that's not okay, not proper. So then he was ordered to. He was executed, crucified. Oh no, along with his sons, and some also say with his. Some sources also say with his wife. That's not a fun story to tell. However, it says there are still, every year on the 2nd of December, which is said to be the day before his executions, there's still all-night gatherings in memory of him at the Sogo-Reido Sanctuary in Narita, which is in Chiba Prefecture. What is the favorite trees for in Germany? Oh, I don't know. I mean, we have some cherry trees there, so that's why I thought when I came here, that it's nothing particular with the sakura and so on, but it is. It is so much different, because it's just everywhere here, and everything is like white flowers, not flowers, white clouds of cherry blossoms and so on. It's unbelievable. And Mosquito Man said the Christmas tree, the Weihnachtsbaum, maybe that's the favorite one. So because of this connotation with this tree means presents for kids. The help is Red Smith. It's I need help to find out what I want to make a video about the cherry blossom sakura, but I don't know what could be a unique angle that has not been covered, or what could be an angle that has been covered but I could do in a much better way. So that's what I need your help for, because I have no idea. From some searching, one of the most famous cherry tree myths is that of the Uba Sakura. Anthology of 3 Sakura stories. Lighten it up a bit. How about a video featuring a cherry bonsai? That's also interesting. Certainly exists. There is somewhere, I don't know, was in Nagano City, or maybe not so too far from here, there is a bonsai school, so maybe a museum even. Maybe there's something to get there. Cherry bonsai. Sakura bonsai. Oh, wow. There's some pretty nice ones. Yeah, Saitama is a little bit too far from here. And too pricey also going there. Without having any other business in Tokyo or so. But there's one also here somewhere. At least there was a couple of years ago. I'm not sure. Maybe it's closed now with Corona. Yes. Now coming back to this. So I thought about what could be good merch or something, you know. So I don't like this at all from the quality. So the logo, the print is not good. You probably can see it on video, but it's really not looking nice. And the quality, it's too thin. It just feels cheap. So, and it's also not well done. I expected the logo to peel off after a couple of, so I washed it like twice or so, and I guess soon it will start to disintegrate. So I'm thinking if it would be a good idea to actually do this kind of thing, but rather instead of that, do something like it's printed. So the JJ is printed. If it was stitched, probably it would be better, but yeah, it's printed, but it looks like char. Do you say char? You know, chalk. That's what I want to say. Chalk. So it's like fading out on the sides and so on. So I don't think it's nice. Have you thought about postcard club or snack pack set? Yes, I have actually. For patrons, I actually prepared 2 levels which are not public. One is postcard and one is snack pack. But then because it would be too much work, I didn't do it, or at least not yet. Maybe at some point I will offer that too, but not yet. And yeah, so I thought maybe instead of doing clothing or something, do something more Japan unique. So for example, get a certain amount of local art or something that's really Japanesey, like this kind of, what is it, this fan or this snowman. Maybe this is difficult because that's sake. I don't know how the laws are for selling alcohol, but this one here, like a Japanese fan or like a whatever, something Japanese that you can almost only buy here, that would be something way more personal, I think, and way more beneficial maybe for you. Anyway, that's one of my thoughts. What are those black squared devices behind you on the shelf? A VR? You mean this? This is my first camera. Or this. Boop. What do you say, shelf? So probably this one here. Ne? Or this? So this is my black belt, and this, whoop, is my first camera, and this is my wallet. So this is my first camera with my first lens and my second lens, which I don't use, almost never use anymore, because now I have this camera and a couple of others. Japanese journey hashi, so chopsticks. That would be nice, yeah, with the JJ on it. Nice quality also. That being said, the chopsticks I use are not are not nice at all. They're just like wooden thing, and then they have my name on it, on one of them. And I use them all the time because that's what we got for our wedding. So the house in which we had the wedding ceremony, everybody got their own set of chopsticks with the name. My wife lost hers. I don't know where. I think we threw them away accidentally. Like you ate something and then put the chopsticks back in the packaging and threw it away. Oh. But I still have them and use them every day, all the time. And they're super simple. Still, yes, Japanese journey chopsticks would be nice. You need to know the Japanese language to be able to work as a software engineer there. No. Not necessarily. So, by the way, I will also answer parts of that in the upcoming video. In 25 minutes, it will be live. So of course, you have more options if you know Japanese. So if you, because this unlocks all the Japanese companies, the Japanese-only companies. But there are also some that offer English only, or mainly English environments. Another thing I would love to do about when it comes to merchandise is not this kind of thing, but like more Japanese, like a jimbe or something, if you know what I mean, just like summer dresses. That I love them. Everybody looks at you funny if you wear them, but I love them. 35 millimeter end lenses. The longer one is an 18 to 135, and this one is a 10 to 18 on an APS-C. On a Canon APS-C, that's a 1.6 crop. My brother got a Shinkansen chopstick. Got Shinkansen chopsticks when he went to Japan. I think you could always use a good pair. Yes, and then maybe have a little booklet attached on how to actually use chopsticks. That's nice. How about designing a couple of t-shirts on TeePublic or something? Yeah, so this one here was on Teespring. So because Teespring and a couple of others integrate with YouTube, so you could, if I wanted to, I could have like a shelf below the video so you could directly see what I'm wearing or something. But yeah, a little disappointed with the quality. Not sure. I know others that use them, so maybe I have to ask them if this was a one time or not. Like, for example, this one here, this picture, this is also from Teespring, and it's kind of okay. But this one, no. Maybe this one was sent from America, this one from Europe. Maybe the European factory is not good or so. Not sure. What area of software are you doing? I'm now working in C++, making an app using WebASM. I'm doing mobile apps, essentially, or I used to. Focus on Android, so more Kotlin, Java back in the days. Japanese pens. There are some really nice ones. Yes, and sometimes you also see like handmade ones. You know, everything is different. They're like in a bamboo thing, maybe not bamboo, or like wooden something. Or I also like tea, so like a teapot, or cup, or set, or something, or maybe a sake bottle set, or so. So lots of nice things we could do. It's a little bit of effort, of course, and I would have to, like, you know, buy some stuff and keep it in my closet or something, or make a deal with the businesses. Yeah, like for example, as I just said, this one here, the snowman, or this sake cup. So these are both from the same store, I think, even though this was a present to me. And this one, I think I bought something at the store. This was when I was in Japan for the first time. And then I got this cup. And this one, yeah, it was a present. And it still has the sake inside. I just like, probably it's not good anymore, but I like it. And the snowman's head is also a sake cup. I show you. So it's the cup. You see the logo here, and then you see the logo on this one is the same. and boop, cup, sake, boop, drink, enjoy. I've bought a few T-shirts for a podcast that I listen to, and they are made from cotton bureau. They are pretty good quality. Okay. Yeah, maybe I have to see. Maybe I did. I think that there was only one quality for this kind of, with the zipper hoodie. Maybe, but there are, I think, multiple levels for the other hoodies. So I would have to see. Japanology TV show did a program about it. About pens, I see. Okay. Yeah, I hope there are lots of great things. Maybe also something specific to Nagano. Soba noodles come to mind. But maybe I don't know if that's worth it to ship like 200 yen soba or $2 soba noodles to around the world for $10 or so. Maybe not exactly. And especially, so usually if I do something like this, it's all handled by a company, right? So they handle printing and shipping and so on, and then all I get is the money. I need to provide the logo and then marketing, and then I get the money, and they handle everything else. But in that case, I would have to do I don't know what costs to ship to the US or something. So I would have to find out all that stuff. Yeah. And then, of course, with Corona now, when it's sometimes not possible at all and so on. So there's a couple of challenges there. But I guess that might be a direction to go to. To go. Anyway. And I have a friend who has some kind of thing like that, like a shop where he sells all kinds of stuff. Like you can buy samurai armors or swords and so on. And I checked it and just 4,000 yen for a helmet. That's super nice. I should get one. Until I realized it's not yen, it's dollars. So then I did not purchase that. But yeah, exists definitely, and some people do it in some way already. So there should be some way to do something outstanding in that area. Shipping is expensive. My father-in-law ships from Okinawa. Very expensive, even for small boxes. I see. Yeah, also to Germany, it's always like if we send something for Christmas or so on, the shipping is more than the presents or so. So it can be really expensive. Also, when we were living in Germany, my wife and I, my mother-in-law sent a care box, care package. It was like this big, and I think it cost like more than $100 to ship. And it contains things like slippers, for your feet, and as if you couldn't get it in Germany, and like Nivea sun cream, and it's still like a running gag here because Nivea is a German company. It's like, what? Why did she send that? And things like that. So whatever she thought we might be missing because it's like or something they value here, then put that all in there. It was funny. Another thing I love, I don't know if you have that where you are Cairo. Cairo are heat plasters, maybe. So you take them out of the package, then they react with the air and they get hot, and you put them to wherever your back or your chest or whatnot, and then you feel super hot warm enough in winter, even if you're outside and watching firework festival, which we have in winter here. So that's something super nice again. Again, in Germany, we have that, but it's like so pricey. It's like one thing costs €1 or something. That's too much. So that would be another thing. But maybe not too. Again, you use it, it's done. And maybe you have it in your country. Print on demand is probably a better option unless you're doing postcards or 8x11 pics or drawings. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so that was my idea with this one here. Whoop. So this was my favorite picture last year. I thought it was great how the sun is just like here between the tree and the temple. So I tried that. However, you see this line up here? That's not great. This was my bad though. Still, I thought maybe this one I could sell because well, at least it's nice enough for me to hang it on my wall. So maybe some others would also like it. But yeah, haven't done it yet. The thing why there are the lines is the quality was not big. It wasn't the resolution wasn't high enough, so I couldn't put it on this size and without losing too much quality, and then it looks bad. So I had to have a little bit of things. So I said, okay, if I do that, then it should be like this purple thing where it's kind of same color as the rest, and it should be top and bottom like a little bit. But then apparently when they made the picture, it all like got pushed down a little bit, and then it looks like this. Yeah. So long story short, if I would ever sell this, then probably only in the in the small, not in this size, small version only. Yeah, that's that. The demographic age of your audience might dictate what type of merch to sell. Yes, so they're mostly in my age. What is that? So the two groups, the big groups are the younger ones, like 18 to 24, so and then 24 to 35 or whatever that is. And about 60% male or so, 30% of the US, from the US. So nothing super particular where you can say, oh yeah, we have only males here, so I say now I sell swords or something. Yes. But yeah, and obviously I can also try and see what sticks. So and snack boxes. So yeah, there are many good things. I fear I might run out of ideas eventually of what to buy, and maybe people don't like it at all, and so on. And especially now that I don't eat so much candy anymore, it might be a little bit too non-sweet snacky things. Baseball caps with Japanese theme. Yeah, also good. Again, depends on the quality. Now, typical Japanese hat or headwear would be a small towel like this, which you also use at when you go to your onsen or so. It's like people work outside, and the other one would be this kind of, this kind of shaped round hat, if you know what I mean. That also when you are out in the field or so. But that's a little bit big to ship. It's like very big. I'm half tempted to ask a question about wanting to find a job in Japan, but I'm also not sure what's going on in this video. Oh yeah, you can ask whatever. Essentially, usually in this kind of video, I talk about a specific topic in the beginning, like I need your help, please help me. And then we digress. So whatever anybody wants to talk about, we talk about. So please, Wake Entry, whatever you want to ask it. Karate Kid type. Yeah, not just like this, but like over the head completely. It's just a towel, like a bandana. You can, but he will only be able to answer the experience he has in it. Yeah, obviously. Obviously, yeah. Please help me. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you every time. It's humbling every time again. Thank you so much. Now I can go to my wife and say, you see, today I made $5, even though I didn't work. Even though I took a day off. Yeah, so shoot, Wake Entry, give me your questions, whatever you want to know. So it can be totally off topic, can be anything, as long as like, appropriate for the audience and for YouTube. What do you do for work, mate? Artistry Mind Studios. I'm an engineering manager. So when I came here, so that's a longer story. So when I came here, I still had my own company, and I worked for clients in Germany. And then there's of course an issue, which is the time zone difference or time difference. So Japan is GMT +9 and Germany is +1 or +2. So it's like 8 or 9 different hours difference. 7 or 8 hours difference. And that's a lot. So essentially, when I finish my workday, they start. And that's not so well. That's obviously not working so well. So eventually, I shut it down more and more and started looking for a position here in Japan, and then started as an engineer. And from there, changed a little bit, and now I'm a manager, engineering manager. So still very technical, but essentially no time to actually write code myself, and also a lot of people management there. Remember, a well-researched video isn't guaranteed to be popular. You can make a random video about mochi donuts and be popular. Exactly. But if I do a well-researched video and put a lot of effort in it, or at least even if it's not well-researched, and if I put a lot of effort in it and something I can be happy with and I'm proud enough to have made that I can show it to other people and say, look, I made this, then that's fine for me, even if it's not popular. Whereas the other way around, it's a little bit embarrassing, maybe. Just tuned in. Any idea what it's like finding a job not teaching English or something? Specifically, I work for a biofarm. I would love to get into that. I know you're not in that industry, but any idea how to look? No, no idea. So English, obviously, I'm not an English teacher as well. So I just looked on the classic job boards, like Gaijinpot or whatever, or Daijob. Searched there, then applied for that, and usually what's behind that is a recruiter, and then they say, hey, let me hook you up with a couple of offers I have. Oh, thank you so much, Wake Entry. Thank you so much. $5. Yes. What a day. So they hook you up. Essentially, you contact them then does not necessarily mean you apply to that position, but you get in contact with that agency. Then usually they make a phone call with you, see if they have something or if you fit their clientele. Do you say that in English? The usual audience. And then, oh, Daniel, thank you so much again. Daniel's winning. Excellent. Now we have a super chat war. So they try to find out if you fit their profile, if they have something for you, and then whenever they get something new, they share it with you. So if you fit, and that's ideally what you would like to have eventually. So, and since I have no idea if there's any market for that biofarm, except if I'm honest, I don't even know what it is. I mean, pharmacy, I guess. But I don't know. And I don't know what the environment looks like, if it's specifically that you need to have a certain level of Japanese, or I also, of course, don't know your level of Japanese. Okay, biopharmaceuticals, I see. So I can't really say if there's a market, and if I see. Okay, I can't see. I don't know if there's a market and so on. So all I can tell you is search. If you find some job description somewhere, apply for it. And probably if it's not directly to a company, then some recruiter will be in touch and hopefully provide you with a couple of other offers as well. What large YouTubers have you met? I think none. Let me think. I once ran into, and by ran into, it's like we passed. He passed from that side of the street, I from that side. I'm like, oh, it's this guy. And to Greg from Life Where I'm From. And but he looked super stressed, and his daughter was with him. And then I wrote him on Twitter after that, and he said, yeah, I was pretty stressed. stressful and so on. So maybe it was good I didn't say, hey, you this guy, let's make a video together or something annoying. So that's the only one I like, quote unquote, met. And then other than that, big ones. Not really, I think. Also depends on the definition of big. I would say like million or so, or maybe 500,000. I don't think anyone. Hey, Manuel Ballesteros, R&D, yeah. Is this question to me? So R&D, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. So I really, some R&D, but I work more in GMP, good manufacturing. Okay. I mean, if it depends on what direction it is, if it's like sustainability in general, if it's like good manufacturing and so on, not pharmaceutically focused, then maybe you could go more into that direction, because I think a lot of people have grown more and more conscious about sustainable environment, being sustainable, and understand it's important if they want to survive. So I'd go through a recruiting agency, doesn't cost you anything, and if they try to charge you, find another one. Yeah, exactly. And either you search for recruiting agencies in Japan, or you find a job offering they have on some of the platforms. And then you already know kind of if they have what you need. Greg's videos are high quality. Yes. And I like the pacing and so on, not that super bam, 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 and overwhelming or so. So maybe more for the seasoned viewer or so, like in the 30s or so, like me. So, and yeah, super nice to watch, of course. And he had, of course, a great start in the beginning when he got relatively popular. I think he shot his first videos on the RX100 Mark V, which is like a point-and-shoot camera, which I also have somewhere over there. No, where is it? Yeah, somewhere over there. In 5 minutes until the premiere of the other video. Yes. So in 4 minutes, I will stop the stream again, and then it will redirect you to the next video, which is saving struggling Japanese businesses. Has your wife been in any of your videos? No. I mean, her voice has in the Learning Japanese with MIA video, and in the English or Japanglish or whatever video I did like a couple of years ago. And then one time he walked through here. She walked through here. I like casual videos, like Greg's videos. Yeah, like this, showing the ordinary, right? It's really hard to do, I think. And that's, for example, his last video he did on his Life Where I'm From X channel. He did like, what was it, 40, 50 minutes of just showing a neighborhood, because he wants to know what you would be interested in. Because when you are here, it's just the way it is. You get blind, kind of develop a blindness to what's special or doesn't exist in other countries. So sometimes it's nice to just show that, and then people are like, wow, that's like this, and so on. How useful is knowing German in Japan? Not. I think not useful at all. I mean, there are some other, because I'm working in a rather big department, there are 2, 3 other Germans maybe. So sometimes I can use it, but it's not like it gives you any advantage, except if you teach German somewhere, or if you're a translator or something. Then, of course, it's valuable. But other than that, not so much. I have relatively no degree in computational biology. Interesting, nonetheless. Okay. How did you and your wife meet, and do you see many interracial couples in Japan? We met through Aikido. That's a Japanese martial art. That's a short story. And it's hard to say. I mean, depends on your definition of many. Here in Nagano, there are not so many foreigners. I think 3,000 or so. 1%, about 1% of the city's population, and of that, 600 or so are Caucasian or less, non-Southeast Asian, 600. Not so many that I would identify them immediately as obviously foreign. So, and then if you say like from these, half of them have a Japanese significant other, then you have that number, like 0.1%. And that's just an assumption. So if that's many, then yes. Are you looking for a new job? I thought you were a programmer. No, I'm not. Yes, I am essentially, but I transitioned a little bit into more management. Do you use Python? No. The vast majority of people in Japan are ethnically Japanese, like 97.8%. Yes. And then, of course, in areas like Tokyo and so on, there are a lot more foreigners and all that. And with that being said, now it's 12 o'clock. That means the premiere of the next video will start very soon. Oh, and it's showing me ads on this video. So I will stop the stream now. It will redirect you to the premiere. Then we can chat there, watch it together. And hopefully I get all your feedback and so on. Hopefully you enjoy the video. So thank you so much for joining this very short stream. Sorry for the difficulties in the beginning. And then see you in like 10 seconds at the premiere. All right. Take care.